to an oatmeal cookie.
What the hell is going on?
Hiya, Bob.
I didn't expect you.
Obviously. I called here about 15 minutes ago. There was no answer. I thought there might be something wrong with Christopher.
Well, there was. That's why I went over to get John to look at him.
He was running a temperature. I don't think it's anything to worry about. Acetaminophen seemed to do the trick, but I'll check him again in the morning.
That won't be necessary. I'll check him in the morning.
Well, whatever. I'll be right out and back anyway.
John's staying with Duke.
Until I can get a room, like at the executive club or something. Unless you keep making these oatmeal cookies, then I may not want to move out at all.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by Dawn Dishwashing Liquid. It takes the grease out of your way.
Ma, when does the cast come off?
Why, don't you guys like washing dishes?
Ooh, pork grease. Bogus. Here, you do it. You do it. You do it. Ma, you
Relax, Dawn will do it.
Give Dawn your greasiest grease. Dawn will break it up and take it away.
Somebody forgot this.
Not in the greasy water, bonehead. My glass is as clean as the stuff you washed, so you're the bonehead. No, you aren't.
Keep it up and the cast stays on permanently.
Dawn, it takes grease out of your way.
How to give your family the moistest cake ever. Take a cake baked with an ordinary mix and dunk it. Or bake a cake with new Duncan Hines Moist Deluxe Mix and give your family the moistest cake ever. It's lavishly moist, moister than any leading brand. In fact, this new Duncan Hines Moist Deluxe Cake is so moist, you can save the milk for their cereal. How to bake your moist, delicious. New from Duncan Hines.
I'm not a complainer, but one thing I've noticed, when I have a headache, Tylenol helps, but sometimes not enough. So when I heard that Excedrin came up with aspirin-free Excedrin, I thought I'd try it. Guess what? It worked better than my extra-strength Tylenol. Headache. I mean, when I can get something that works better on my headache, why shouldn't I?
From the makers of Excedrin, aspirin-free Excedrin, at last.
I'm going to check on my son.
Listen, try not to wake him up. It took me so long to get him to sleep. We just got him settled down.
That doesn't sound like Chris.
He may just have a cold or something. Nothing to worry about.
I'll decide that for myself, John. And I won't wake him up.
Well, obviously he wasn't too pleased to find me here. Well, as soon as these conventions are over, I'll get a room at the Lakeview or the Executive Club or something. But I sure as hell hate to put money into Tony O'Rea's pocket.
Tony Reyes. Do you think he's really trying to change?
I beg your pardon? Come again? He's...
Well, I mean, I know he's ruthless in almost every area of his life, but I understand that he's in therapy. Dr. Michaels.
You're kidding.
I mean, that he's donated all that land for the retirement village.
He's probably figured out a way to make a profit on it.
You're probably right. He does seem to be making an effort, though. Of course, I could be trying to rationalize it because Sabrina's spending so much time with him.
She is? How did that happen?
I don't know. Just one day she announced she was doing his portrait, and the next thing I knew, she wanted to invite him to Thanksgiving dinner.
You say no?
I said yes.
Why?
Well, she's my daughter. I want her to feel like she's part of the family, like this is home.
And what about Andy? He's part of the family. He hates his guts.
I know. He was terrific. He really took it in his stride. He could see how much it meant to Sabrina. I suppose he remembered what it felt like when we wouldn't accept Julie.
At least Julie's out of his life, and for good. I think he's getting back on the right track.
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't sound convinced?
Oh, I don't know. I just feel as if he puts up so many barriers.
Wait a minute, he's going out with this Courtney Baxter girl. Taking her out, seen a lot of her.
I know. But he keeps her at arm's length, too.
Maybe after Julie, he's a little gun-shy.
Oh, please, it's not just Julie. Look at the rest of us. Bob and I are living apart now. You and Lucinda are getting a divorce. Sabrina's divorced. Franny's just getting over breaking up with Sean.
I thought they were back together. I thought she was going to Switzerland for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she was, till she got a letter from him saying he's involved with somebody else.
She doesn't have much luck with men, does she?
Mom? We're in the den, honey.
Saw the lights on it. Hi, John.
Hiya, Franny.
Sweetie, John is staying with Duke for a couple of days. I went over to get him to look at Chris, because Chris has been sick. Your dad's up with Chris now.
Well, I wish I'd known. I would have had Larry stop in and check on him.
There's no need. It is just a cold.
I told you.
I think it'd be wise to keep him home from preschool tomorrow.
Yeah, I will. Listen, why don't I make another pot of decaf?
None for me. I'm going to head back across the driveway.
Daddy, can you stay for a while?
I guess so.
Yeah, let me take that. It's on my way out. Towards the back door, anyway. Good night, everybody.
Good night, John. Daddy, I know how you feel about John, but he's been going through a rough time, too.
So is Kim. And the last thing she needs is him staying out back.
It's just for a few nights.
A few nights, huh? That'll wind up being a few weeks, maybe even a few months. Make himself a permanent fixture around here like he did last winter. When all of this started.
Believe me, Lucinda, I'm as interested in bagging DeWitt grain and cereals as you are, but can we talk about it tomorrow? It's almost midnight.
You gave up the right to clock out at 5.
Starting to realize this isn't my house anymore.
Daddy, I don't think that's why Mom is doing this. She wanted to get everything done before the holidays. Besides, decorating isn't your thing.
Well, you're right. I'm not much of a change. I miss this house. I miss my family.
We see each other every day.
Oh, it's just not the same. I loved it when you used to come in and say goodnight after you've been out on a date like tonight. And first thing in the morning, Christopher comes in and jumps on the bed and wakes me up. Now I have an alarm clock.
It's the little things that get to you, isn't it? Tonight, when I was coming in the door, I realized that I was using a key ring that Sean had given me. How could I have been so wrong about him, Daddy? And when you think about it, I've been wrong about every single man in my life.
You got that backwards. They were wrong. For you.
That's what Tommy said, but what if I keep making the wrong choices? What if there's nobody out there who's right for me? Sabrina seems to be following right in my footsteps.
Has she talked to you about Tonio?
No. Don't blame her. Who am I to give advice?
That coffee pot is giving me trouble again.
I'll take a look at it.
I jiggled the whatchamacallit. It's working just fine. Hey, these are really good.
You changed your mind about having a cup of coffee?
Sure, why not?
The World Turns in just a moment.
Who says a good man is hard to find? Look no further. Call 1-900-773-4227 and get the 1991 CBS Daytime Poster Calendar. Just call and all these men can be yours for a shipping and handling charge of $2.95 per call.
This is CBS.
The 15th Annual Bazaar Bazaar is Richmond's best and oldest Christmas show. See exhibitors from all over America with unique gifts and decorations at the State Fairgrounds November 30th, December 1st and 2nd.
We've got the look, the style, the fashion. We're moving up and coming on. We've got a Richmond rich tradition. The shops at Willow Lawn. The shops at Willow Lawn. We've got it. We've got shopping filled with fun. The shops at Willow Lawn. We've got it.
Make your house a home.
during Rent-A-Center's Furniture Festival. Create a beautiful living room. This sofa love seat, just $12.99 a week. Add any tables and lamps, just $6. Rent-to-own a black ebony or classic wood bedroom set, just $15.99 a week for the headboard, nightstand, chest, dresser, and mirror. Don't be fooled by our competitors' poor quality, beat-up furniture. There's no better deal than the Furniture Festival now at Rent-A-Center. There are 5 Rent-A-Centers in the Richmond-Petersburg area. Check the yellow pages under TV rental.
WTVR-TV, Richmond, Virginia, Channel 6.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, darling. Oh, gosh, don't tell me. Is Rosa on strike or something? Wait a minute, let me get this on. There.
No, I just thought you might like breakfast in bed for a change.
Oh, how sweet of you, darling. Can you just take a moment and share?
Look, I brought 2 of everything.
Ah, she thought ahead. How wonderful.
Coffee?
Yes, please.
Did you sleep well?
Ah, sleep, perchance to dream. No. But I don't need sleep. All I need is the milk of human kindness.
Oh, yeah, you said something last night about Lily being mad with you.
Well, I assume that she's mad with me, darling, because she isn't returning my phone calls.
Maybe she didn't get your messages.
Oh, yes, she did. She got my messages because she's got one of those horrible machines. I know she did. No, she's a changed girl, gotten hard, gotten judgmental. And sometimes she makes the judgment without knowing all the facts. If only somebody could get to her and tell her to give her old mother the benefit of the doubt. Who could do that? Is there anybody we know?
How's the clinic going, Matt?
Well, very well. We're dovetailing nicely with Memorial. As a matter of fact, I'm here seeing a patient that one of your doctors recommended to me.
Oh.
Say, I'm very grateful to your lovely wife. She gave us a sizable donation.
Terrific. I'll call you later, Rob.
All right.
Did I say something wrong?
John and Lucinda are divorcing.
Oh, boy. You know, I see a lot of broken marriages in my job, and I think a lot of people use divorce as a quick fix. They just don't take commitment seriously enough. Or do I sound like some old-time preacher?
No, you sound like Mama, but actually, in John's defense, I think Lucinda really pushed him to the limit this time. I mean, it was as if she was trying to drive him away.
Larry, I don't know right now. It just depends on what my mom's plans are. Yeah. So I'll get back with you later. Okay. Bye.
What is this? It depends on me?
That was kind of an excuse, Mom. I'm sorry. It's just that he's being so persistent with me right now. Last night when we were out to dinner, he said he was determined to get back what we had together in Boston, even if it meant risking my hurting him. What do I do?
Well, I don't know. It seems to me you're already doing it. Take it slow until you know how you feel about it. And don't let him monopolize all of your time.
How come you always know the right thing to say? That's probably the painter. I'll let him in.
Oh, good. Thanks, honey. I just can't imagine ever loving anybody but Bob.
And pick up the phone. Call. Tell him to come on back. Forget Susan.
I can forget Susan, but can he forget Susan? He's got to choose between Susan or me. So far, he hasn't been able to, or willing, to do that. I think I'm asking him for more than he can give. That's the truth. What do I do? Right this way, sir. Chuck, hi. How you doing this morning?
Good.
Good. We're going to be out of your way right now.
Yeah, I gotta go too. I'm gonna be late. If you're gonna want to come back down, have a nice day, Mom.
You too, sweetie. Listen, Chuck, is there anything you need?
No. I take me time to set everything up.
Okay,
Look who dressed himself this morning.
California raisins from the California vineyards.
Don't you know that I heard it through the grapevine?
Sounds better than what I got.
I just can't believe that Christopher would blame himself for me leaving.
Well, it's quite normal for children to blame themselves for their parents' problems.
What do I do?
Well, you just keep telling him, and showing him that you love him. Reiterate that he had nothing to do with your decision to leave, but don't make the mistake of showering him with a lot of material things as compensation.
Right.
I thought Susan was scheduled to join us this morning.
I asked her not to. Well, I want to talk about her. I guess because of our sessions, I'm trying to be more objective about Susan. For one thing, we share the same profession. We can talk about things that Kim wouldn't even understand. And Susan, well, she makes me laugh. I can't remember the last time Kim and I laughed about anything. Susan makes me feel good about myself. I'm not being judged.
You started by talking about your closeness as colleagues. But are your feelings for her strictly platonic?
Honestly? No.
But you want a life with Kim?
Yes.
What would happen if you were forced to choose between them?
Well, Fred, if things work out in Toronto the way I expect them to, we should be able to make Duncan an offer that he can't refuse. Then all I have to do is make Sabrina an offer she can't refuse, and we'll have all the money we need. Could take some time, though.
Not too much time, I hope, considering your cash flow problems. Has Ralph Mitchell agreed to sign on yet?
No, not yet, but he will. You know, Fred, just think, by this time next year, I could be Oakdale's most prominent citizen. And money from our riverfront development will be pouring in.
You just remember, it'll be pouring into escrow. You're not allowed to touch any of it until that project is finished.
Yes. Excuse me. Yes, Sandra. Ah, fine. Put her on. Sabrina, good morning. How did you sleep? So did I. I would have slept better if you'd been beside me, though. Hey, listen, tell me, what was John Dixon doing at your family's house last night in his pajamas?
He'd come from next door to check on Christopher. He's staying with Duke for the time being. I understand he's divorcing Lucinda.
Really? That's too bad. Well, I've never been very fond of either one of them, but I wouldn't wish divorce on anyone. I know the kind of scars it can leave. And of course, I think that marriages should be for a lifetime.
Yes, if one's lucky. I phoned you to ask about tonight. Will you be able to sit for me? Oh, dinner would be lovely. Yeah, 7 o'clock's fine. Great. I'll see you then. Goodbye. Are you, leaving for work? Yeah, better late than never.
So, how's the painting coming with Tonio?
Slow but sure. Go ahead, say it.
Hey, I'm the last person to give advice about men these days. Sabrina, I bought Sean's line. To me, I believed that he loved me, that he wanted a future with me. I just think that we're both very vulnerable right now, and we need to be careful, that's all.
Yes, we are.
Forget it.
I'll see you later.
Sabrina, I think I'm falling in love with you. Please believe I would never, ever hurt you.
Got a cold? Gotta feel better? You gotta get relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine.
It works. It's fast. It works fast.
When you gotta get relief fast, you gotta get Alka-Seltzer Plus. And now, for sinus and allergy relief, try new Alka-Seltzer Plus sinus allergy medicine.
Mom, are
Are they ready yet? I'm still working on it.
Rice Krispies treats are so easy to make, they take no time at all.
These things take time.
But they taste so good. Your family will think you slaved over them all afternoon. And if that's what you think, well, what they don't know won't hurt them. Rice Krispies treats.
Honey? I can't believe it. You should have... And this holiday, make some treats for whoever drops in.
Ho, ho, ho. Inside this can are 4 of these red-ripe tomatoes, 9 special seasonings, and a world of inspiration. Just add whatever you like and create a soup of your own. Campbell's tomato. It's more than a soup. It's an inspiration.
I told you I made my choice. I want my marriage.
And you still want a relationship with Susan?
Why can't you understand that? I like her.
She loves you. So does your wife. Bob, the fact is, you're not the first man to find himself in this position. Let me ask you a question. If Kim started a relationship with a man who had the potential of becoming a romantic interest for her, how would you feel? What are you thinking?
Just remembering last night, Kim walked into a restaurant with an old friend. Attractive. Eligible. A male friend.
And?
I hated it. A lot.
Kim, I'd like you to meet our new station manager, Jeffrey Talbot. Jeffrey comes to us from a station in Chicago where he did a wonderful job. He increased their rating share by 20%. Of course, we're hoping he can do the same thing for us.
Well, that's very impressive.
So is your show, Ms. Hughes. Frankly, patterns is what decided me on WOAK.
Oh.
I'm looking forward to working with you.
Well, thank you. Very flattering.
Well, I figured you wouldn't mind having a cup of coffee while we
No,
did this.
I'm glad to get away from my desk for 20 minutes.
Yeah? Your phone's ringing off the hook, is it?
Oh, yeah.
That's good, because I tell you, we're going to need all the pledges we can get. We're not going to be able to count too much on Walsh this year.
You don't think Lucinda would cut off the grants?
Hey, listen, she's not really... I'm not really at the top of her, you know. And I don't think she's ever really cared for you.
Yeah, but you don't think she'd cut off the money to the hospital? Well, I just won't count on it till I get it on paper, right?
Good.
Okay.
Good.
So, we have gotten a lot of supporters from the AIDS benefit, so I thought if we had a few fundraisers, but on a smaller scale, you know.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah,
I'm very glad you never took that job in New York, by the way.
me too.
Must be rough for you. I mean, Kirk and Ellie planning a big wedding and everything.
No, I'm very happy for them. In fact, I'm going to be maid of honor.
You are?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Well, I guess that shouldn't surprise me.
Why? What?
Well, you're Emma Snyder's daughter. I mean that as a compliment now, you know.
I know, and that's the way I took it. That's the way I took it.
Excuse me, do you mind? I'd like to have a word with my husband.
God, it was cold out there this morning.
You still want to run every morning before work?
Are you chickening out? No, I'd like to. It felt good. Almost as good as a hot shower afterwards.
Well, we'd save on water if we took that shower together.
I have a feeling that would be a very long shower.
Are you sure that Bianca's not going to say anything to Lucinda?
Oh! Just when she was coming, I was checking my messages. Oh, and then smashing into the couch. If this is Mr. and Mrs. Hang-Up, they're gonna have to do it to me in person. Hello? Yeah, he is. Hold on. It's a friend of Julie's for you.
That's strange. This is Holden Snyder. Okay, well, I'll be right over. Thank you for calling. Bye-bye. Julie's on her way to Oakdale. She had her friend, Janice Wilson, contact me. She wants to meet me at Fashions this morning.
When?
Before 10. I better get going. Wonder what she wants. Guess there's only one way to find out. I'll see you, okay?
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Lily, you don't know me, but I know you. I've been watching you, and I know everything about you. When you come, when you go, and who you're with.